For this piece, I imagined an outdoor setting. The image was supposed to feel comforting, kind of like a spring picnic considering the season. This concept of a spring picnic was really on my mind at the time of writing this. I wanted that feeling to be embedded into every aspect of the frame. My makeup, my hair, my outfit. You know, I want to have a little picnic blanket out and have my tea set that I haven't touched in ages. And just kind of build that vibe. But things change. They have changed. And now I'm sitting here. Similar concept. I feel like this is still a very springy kind of look. It's just I'm not outside for one. Because I quickly realized I didn't want to be outside. I just really like being inside. And two, another big change has occurred. But in order for that to really make sense, I feel I need to read this piece first. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Yo intro, it's Magellan here. In front of me I have a written work titled Tomorrow and the Days That Follow. This piece was meant to address the metaphor of the quick and marketable tomorrow. The piece reads, After today. The piece reads, After today, it will be tomorrow, with days following closely behind. For some, a dependable tomorrow may alleviate stress, as all of today's problems fade away while you sleep. For others, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to look at the camera more or just go ahead and read. Does that create too much of a distance between the viewer and the creator? Does that create too much of a distance between the subject and the audience? I'm not sure. I will try to look over here more. Maybe if I, never mind. I'll figure something out. Well, no, I do kind of want you right here. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Sorry. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm so silly. You go here. And you go here. Boomer moment. Help. Don't actually. Okay, I got this. Okay, the piece reads, After today. The piece reads, After today, it will be tomorrow, with days falling closely behind. For some, a dependable tomorrow may alleviate stress, as all of today's problems fade while you sleep. For others, tomorrow may do the opposite and induce anxiety, with a deadline steadily approaching. Tomorrow may not sound incredibly appealing. Lastly, for some, tomorrow may be the worst possible outcome. It guarantees another day one does not wish to live through. What I am attempting to get at is that there is a spectrum present. Circumstantially, people can move left, right, up, down, and around it. A popular phrase many involved in health recovery may be familiar with is, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. My personal experience is on the mental side of things. But regardless, It is the promise of tomorrow, and it's tomorrow. Things will get better, they say. I know it may not feel like it now, but things will improve. Frankly, I am tired of hearing about tomorrow I've grown to believe doesn't exist. Maybe for some, but I have great difficulty convincing myself I am one of those individuals. Frankly, I am tired of hearing about a tomorrow I have grown to believe doesn't exist. Maybe for some, but I have great difficulty convincing myself I am one of those individuals. I have spent so much time trying to do what was needed of me for my recovery in hopes I could see this great tomorrow I have heard such wonderful things about. I saw success stories. I knew it was possible. So I did the work, or so I like to believe. However, I consistently ended up in the same place with the same issues. I tried to go bigger by making more drastic changes. Perhaps this is what I've been needing. Perhaps this is what I've been needing, I tried convincing myself. It seems naive, but I wouldn't know as I continue to land in the same place. Nothing feels like it has changed despite the altered and additional variables. I'm convinced this pot at the end of the rainbow that appears after the storm. I'm convinced that this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that appears after the storm is a myth. It is another marketable fantasy. It's marketable because who doesn't want a happy tomorrow? It feels fake, but I'm okay with that. If there is no better for me, that forces me to grow comfortable in my discomfort. I can't sit around hoping for a resolution because there might not be one. If I give up and no longer wish for some grand day, I will not be disappointed if it never comes. Tomorrow may come for some people. Tomorrow may come for some people, but some will forever be stuck in today as they live in what feels like a constant loop. Instead of villainizing it, I must learn to live within this loop. It's not something I can escape from. This is my life. It consists of my suffering, victories, moments of incomprehensible emotions, and the feelings of nothing. These are the moments of today. Perhaps that was all the myth of tomorrow was trying to convey. It seems like a paradox if I'm being honest. Tomorrow feels unrealistic. It's possible it was misinterpreted and then misunderstood. Things may never get better. But outside this annoying metaphor, time still advances. Maybe I should take what I have today and make something of it for today and for the today after that. Because one day, there will only be yesterday. And that is the end.